Us from like you are listening, you can as well watch us live on our social media handles on YouTube, Lights Radio, on Facebook, Lights Radio, on X, the Light Radio, on Instagram, Light_radio, official.lightradio@gmail.com. You can send us your messages, and you can equally listen to us via Radio Garden, and you can as well download our app on Play Store. LR is the symbol. I mean your humble host, EMIOLA ABDULHAMID is the name, and with me here is Abu and Noble Sheikh Fadilatu Sheikh DAUD. On the line, Fadilatu Sheikh DAUD ADELAKUN. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. He is the chairman of ABDULHAMID Foundation. As we all know what ABDULHAMID is all about. They are all about searching. If you need a husband, you need a wife, career counseling. They counsel people going into relationship. Even when they become couple, they still counsel them. All those things are what we know ABDULHAMID Foundation for. For the past some weeks, we discussed about Wakfu. Since like 2 weeks ago, we've been discussing it as relating to Ramadan, because if we look at it, the breeze now that we are feeling, the air we are breathing up and down now is all about Ramadan. Ahlan marhaban bika ya Ramadan. Now we need to discuss that. That is the reason why we are discussing topics relating to Ramadan, so that we can have a seamless fasting period. And today we are looking at the pregnant and the breastfeeding women in Ramadan. The pregnant and the breastfeeding women in Ramadan. This has been causing a lot of issues. People will be like, how do I manage myself in Ramadan? How do I breastfeed my child in Ramadan, or my kid in Ramadan? This episode is for you. Sheikh, you have the floor, sir.
Shaban, that is of the year, month of Ramadan. We are all that Ashhadu an Allah. That is the only one that's worth of worship. Nothing else is to be worshipped except Allah, the Lord of the worlds. Of the worlds. We do it in May Allah in His infinite mercy bless Muhammad. Alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, inshallah, led by the host, we are approaching the most blessed month here, the month of Ramadan. The month except the condition set by Allah, that one will eat in the days of those months. But those who have met the condition, يوم لي. Fasting is me only that determines the sum of the reward for each and every one. Ramadan is coming to us, it's coming to our heart, it's coming to our body, it's coming to everything. And therefore, we want to see how much we welcome Allah. It's only me that determines how well you're taking care of me. I want to fast it. The quality of reward, the we have discussed last. It may have some other benefits, but you have the spiritual benefit, which Allah has actually earmarked for. A person that's going to be an adult.
So
get close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Increase our consciousness of our respect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This fasting is not perpetual. It's only for a limited period of time. That's why Allah says ayyam al-ma'dudat. It has defined distinct number of days. Distinct number of days. 29 or 30. But then, if the conditions have been met, we have seen the Christians have met other conditions. It is obligatory upon us to fast. But then, one is not the other. There may be need for us not to fast. But that has to be determined only by Allah and the Messenger of Allah. Not by own definition, I cannot fast, I cannot fast. No. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ مَرِيضًا أَوْ عَلَى السَّفَرِ. Whoever among you that is sick, critical sickness, that's to do with life, terminal diseases, that is critical. If any of you is undergoing such a sickness, أَوْ عَلَى السَّفَرِ, or is even traveling on a journey. And that's why we said the condition for fasting. Remember, we said sound health, then residency. You cannot be on a journey. That's why it's put in there, our safar, or it's on a journey. For such people who are sick, who are traveling on a journey, on a strenuous journey, فَعِدَّةٌ مِنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخَرَ. For such people, they should make up the same number of days. Such people are allowed not to fast on this period when they are sick or on a journey. Therefore, they should not fast. But this fasting that you have missed that time, the woman I've said to you was a pure. The woman is menstruating or she's having postnatal bleeding, she's also exempted from fasting. But this fasting is not a gift, it's only an exemption for that period. Therefore, let them count the number of days they've missed to be made up in another day outside the month of Ramadan before the next one comes. They should meet up in other days outside the month of Ramadan before the next Ramadan comes. We have discussed in the past paying back the missed fast, and we have discussed in the past how we help our wives who have missed some fasting, whether through menstruation or through postnatal bleeding. We have discussed in the past last week how do we help them to fulfill these responsibilities, obligation upon them. Because the responsibility of the man to ensure that his wives and the children under him, they fall in line with the injustice of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So as such, for such people who cannot, for this reason, but in that in ayam al-akhirah, let them choose on that day, which is the number of days they have missed, same number, not more, not less, they fasted in that period. But then there are some that may not need to fast it back. Some, you miss the fast, you must pay them back. You are sick, you are on a journey, you are not pure. This three situation, when you are healthy, you pay it back. When you are resident, you pay it back. When you are pure, you pay it back. This three situation. Another situation can now come, both from male and female. What is this? Allah says, وَعَلَى الَّذِينَ يُطِيقُونَهُ. They are not traveling. They are pure. They are not menstruating. They don't have programmable. They are pure. And they are not even sick, physically sick. But to fast this fasting, it's going to take a lot of hardship on them. They'll get a great deal on them. Don't forget that, as we said this last time too, the fasting is a way of training us. Hunger must be there. Taste must be there. Cannot say I'm hungry when I'm fasting. Yes, you are meant to be hungry. You are thirsty. You are meant to be thirsty. You must have difficulties in fasting. You must feel it. It cannot be with enjoyment. You are being, it's a denial. It's a denial. It's abstinence. That's why the abstinence from eating and drinking. Abstinence from two types of enjoyment. Abstinence from what? Two types of enjoyment. Enjoyment of the mouth and enjoyment of the private part. That's fasting. Enjoyment of what goes into your mouth, food, drink, anything that passes through your tongue, into your esophagus, into your intestine. That's fasting. And enjoyment again from the pleasure of your private part. Enter something or something entering it. A man enters his wife, or a woman allows his wife to also enter to him, to her, in the afternoon of Ramadan. That's fasting. Abstinent from this type of enjoyment. Up and down. That's called fasting. So it's a denial. It's abstinence. You deny yourself this pleasure, this enjoyment. But Allah wants to deny, to sacrifice that period for him, to test whether you are going to do, you are going to be betraying or not. We are going to do it secretly. We want to test your faith. That's what Allah to test how pure you are, how sincere you are in his worship, in his belief. How conscious are you of the right of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and give that right to him? How conscious are you to do your service of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Your service to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it is a way of doing it by denying you this right. Yes, you can, you have food, you have everything to deny you. Of course, also feeling the pressure of poor. But basically, it's to drill you. It's to drain you. It's to deny you of what you already have access to. A denial will come when you have access to something and you're not giving it. That's a denial. If you don't have access to it, it's not a denial. If you don't have access to it, it's not a denial. But you have access to it. You have access to food. You have access to sex. You have a wife. You have food. But you are being, don't go there. You are being deprived of the enjoyment. No, you cannot do it. Even though it's in front of you, it's a sacrifice that you make for Allah. So there are some people who are not sick, who are not on a journey, and who are not equally impure. That's what let me know to for those that if they must fast, it is going to be with a very, very great difficulty. What are those people? Such as aged people. Aged people. A man of 80, 90, something like that. And we have terminal diseases that cannot cure again. Old age is a disease that cannot be cured. Once you are aged, you cannot become youth again, a young man again. You cannot come back again. So when you're in a situation, or you have some diseases that cannot be cured, that's what we call Aisan in Yoruba. That will be cured. But requires medications that has to be taken regularly. Hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that. That's the situation. Mediatun to Amun skin. For such people, Allah says, when you have a rukhsah, you have an exemption, you have some permissibilities. What is mediatun to Amun skin? You feed a poor in lieu of that fasting. That day, each day you don't fast. You feed a poor. You need a person, a miskin. You need a person. A miskin does not mean does not have. He has. But what he has is not sufficient for him. A miskin, he has. He's working. He goes to work. He has salary. He has some job. But just what he's earning is not sufficient for him to survive. How much is salary? He has wife. He has children. The state cannot even take him home. So miskin, support such people. Feed them. As a to have miskin, if you can do that, that's the best. However, Allah says, وَأَنْ تَصُومُوا خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ إِن كُنتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ. But if you can, with difficulties, strain yourself, struggle to fast, is better for you because in itself is a denial. But if it's going to lead to death, then لا تلقوا بهيدكم ولا تهلكوا. Don't create destruction with your hand. Now, there are different views among scholars. We are talking of marriage. Those who are going to fast are human beings. They're either husband, or their wife, or their children, or their brothers, or their sisters, or their cousins, or their nephew, or their uncle, or their aunts. They are family members, they are human beings. And these programs are a family. So a lot of question now comes every year about the pregnant woman and a breastfeeding nursing mother. What happened to them in Ramadan? Are they to fast? Are they not to fast? If they are not to fast, are they to repay back? Are they to feed in your fasting? What is the position? Questions comes all the time. More especially, we have a situation. If you look at it now from the past few months or so, Up till now, up to next weekend, people will still be marrying. When Ramadan is coming, people want to get engaged in marriages. They want to marry. So they can marry, they can do the fasting as a family. In such situation, if a woman gets married and is got pregnant, pregnancy affects women in different ways. Some in the early stage of pregnancy, they will not feel it. But there's no everything in their body. Some in the early stage of pregnancy, they feel it so much. They keep on vomiting, they keep on spitting, they keep on having mercy, they keep on falling there. They will not be able to fast because of that. Some in the later stage of pregnancy, the baby may be heavy in them, giving them discomfort. They will not be able to fast. Such, what do we do? There are 3 opinions among the scholars. We have said a sick person will not fast, but will make up the fast maker. So some scholars says, okay, a pregnant person is like a sick person. When she's pregnant, there's a foreign body in her, she's not well, she's spitting, she's vomiting, she's not well, she's sick. Therefore, categorize her as a sick person. In that situation, if she's sick, she's going to come out of sickness after some time. She's going to deliver the baby, and she's going to be well again. What happens to such a person? Then such a person will fast back when she's well. For a month you have not been well, you have been pregnant, fine, no problem. After you put to bed, next year, you fast. After you put to bed, 3 months, after months or when you are okay, fast back. You are not strong, you are no more sick, you are sick at that time you are pregnant. It's an opinion of some of the scholars. Some says, why can't she fast? Oh, the baby is disturbing her. She cannot fast because the baby is disturbing her. She's strong, she's healthy herself. But said if you fast, it will affect this baby in you. And that is why before we can say, I'm coming to that, before you can take this condition of not fasting or not paying whatever, we are going to say that it must be ascertained by a doctor. 3 specialists, Muslim doctors, must certify that this woman is not fit to fast because of baby or because of her health. Someone that is sick, as maybe has anemia or sickle cell, whatever, or is very sickly before, may not be able to, be healthy. Somebody that has done IVF will not be able to fast with pregnancy. She needs to be managed. IVF, or she's a sickler, everything, and she's pregnant. She's sick before she's always sick. She may not be. So such a thing, a doctor must confirm that, okay, this person, because of her health, she should not fast. And that is why every pregnant woman, that want to go to give every pregnant woman, if you are pregnant, this one just married, you need to go and see your doctor. A competent Muslim doctor. 1, 2, 3. Try to say them. Specialist. Examine me. Say, oh, you can, but you have to be careful. Oh, you cannot with your system for health. Whichever. If it said that you cannot, then wala yunabbiuka mithla khabir. Nobody can inform you like the professionals. Wasal dhikri kuntum la ta'lamun. Ask those who know if you don't know. You go and ask. When the children cannot fast, then you'll be fasting. So if Islam said that you cannot fast because of the child in you, that's a sad situation. What's the position? You cannot fast because of your own self. You are not healthy. Your baby is healthy, but you are not healthy. You can't fast. Your health is not good enough, and the baby is still suffering, so you cannot fast. 3 now. Both because of your own health and the health of the baby. 1 is because of your own health alone. One is because of the health of the baby alone. You are healthy, but the baby is not. It's going to be affected. This one, your baby is healthy, but you are not healthy. Now, both you and the baby are not healthy. Still situation. What is the relation of three of them? The scholars differ on this situation. The Abu Hanifa, the Hanafi, and the Hanabila, they all the fact that a pregnant woman should be treated like a sick person. When a person is sick, she comes out of the sickness at a particular period in time. When she becomes well, so at that time when she is sick, she only leave the fasting. She does not feed any poor. She just leave the fasting. When the fasting is over, she will, when she's well, she fasts back. The Shafi'i and Maliki, they look at it this way. If the sick, it is because of the baby that you're not fasting. You are healthy, but the baby is the one that is stopping you from fasting. What do? For each day fasting, you are going to be feeding the poor for yourself, and you are going to pay back the fast later. You feed the poor now, and you are going to make the fast back later. The fast you are missing, you are going to pay it back. At the same time, during the period of Ramadan, you still feeding the very poor, a miskin for every iftar. We need to get that one clear too. What is the feeding in Ramadan? What is concerned Ramadan is iftar, not sahur. Sahur is sunnah. Iftar is compulsory. It's condition. You may not eat sahur. Sahur is just, you may not eat it. You don't eat it, you cannot eat. Some people cannot eat it, they cannot eat. They cannot eat anything, they can just leave it to sip water and spread for them. You will not eat sahur. Sahur is sunnah. The sahur barakah. It's only to strengthen you. But you may not, some people not take it. What is important that from that time, from that night, till the sunset, you must not eat. So, but you must eat at sunset. So, breaking the fast is mandatory. It's compulsory that you break the fast. It's compulsory. That's why you say you must not even delay it. In the sunnah of fasting is that you have to do it fast. But doing it, breaking itself is compulsory. كل واشربوا حتى تبلغ الخيط الأبيض من الخيط الأسود بالليل. Then you stream, so fast till الليل, till night. So what is Maghrib? You have to break the fast. If you don't break the fast, you're a sinner. It's time for you to break the fast. You refuse to break. Maybe it is 5 to 7 or 7, whatever the time is. You refuse to praise. You have failed. You have missed that. You have broken the condition of fasting that day. So you must break your fast. So feeding that person to break the fast is called feeding your fasting. You feed him to break the fast. Some scholars say, okay, feed the sahur and the iftar. If you do that, it's okay. No problem. But what scholars say, you must break the fast. You must feed that person to break the fast. We are coming to how that can be done. So that is the situation now. However, we have this of Umar, we have this of Ibn Abbas, and Ibn Umar. These two great Sahaba, they brought this hadith that if a woman is pregnant or she's breastfeeding a baby, then she should leave the fasting. If no one says he has to feed in another fasting, but Ibn Abbas says he only should need to feed before and no need to pray back the fasting. So I don't know again. I don't want you to go to the reading because of time and everything. Further again, واتفق عليه الصحابيان الجليلان. متفق عليه الصحابيان al-Jalilan. What two great Sahaba of the Messenger of Allah agreed upon? Ibn Abbas wa Ibn Umar radiallahu anhum. Ibn Abbas, Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma, Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anhuma, wa Ibn the two radiallahu anhum. Ibn Abbas wa Ibn Umar radiallahu anhum, ثم وافقهما عليه جلة أئمة الفتاوى من التابعين. After that, many of the Greek scholars give fatwa among the followers on this particular issue. منهم سعيد بن مسيب وسعيد بن جبير والقاسم بن محمد وعطاء ومجاهد وطاووس وأكرمة وإبراهيم نخعي وسادي وغيرهم. All these Sahaba, all these Tabi'in have said, these Greek scholars, they have agreed with Abdullah ibn Umar wa Abdullah ibn Abbas on their position. And what is it? وعليه, what is it? فالحامل والمرضع تفطران وتطعمان ولا قضاء عليهما. What is the conclusion? The conclusion is that al-hamil, a pregnant woman, wal-murda, and a nursing mother, a breastfeeding woman, Toran, both of them will break their fast. They will not fast that day. But then, to the Iman, both of them will feed in their fasting for the period. Both of them will feed the poor in their fasting. Wala qada alayhima, and there is no payback for them, for two of them. For the breastfeeding woman and the pregnant woman. They will not be well. And if Taraka والإمام عليه فقط على الإطعام تطعم كل واحدة منهما على كل يوم مسكينة. Every day they will feed the poor. And it has to do with exactly what they ate from the beginning of their of the food they eat, which is standard. They feed the poor in lieu of that. So that is من انقطع أمرها بولد أو ولدين يستحب لها قضاء مفترته من رمضان سبب الحمل والرضاعة، والورع يبتدئ أن تسمى مفترته لأن ما عليها مما لا يشك عليها من بقاء حكمها في الطعام. If the pregnancy is only one, she's just pregnant and she just breastfeeds the child. When she's breastfeeding, she's strong enough, she pays only that one back. But in a situation, من تتبع حملها وتولى إرضاعها سنين عديدة وتكثرت عليها أيام رمضان مما افترتها ثم انقطعت الحمل والولادة والرضاعة، فمن المستحب في أكيا أن تكثر من نوافل الصوم والطاعات أما أكل رغبة في الطاعة وتعظيم الشعيرة تأثير الفضل الصوم. But if, for instance, now we have a woman just got married. After she got married, she got pregnant in the first Ramadan. She was disturbed. She was worried. She could not continue fasting. What happened? She leave the fasting. 9 months later, she give birth to a child. She has to breastfeed the baby. According to Joseph Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, Ayah 233, وَالْوَالِدَاتِ يُرْدِعِنَ أَوْلَادَهُنَّ حَوْلَيْنِ كَامِلَيْنِ لِمَنْ أَرَادَ أَنْ يُتِمَّ الرَّضَاعَةَ. وَالْوَالِدَاتِ, childbearing women, يُرْدِعِنَ أَوْلَادَهُنَّ, Muslim mothers, to breastfeed their baby أولين كاملين for 2 consecutive years. We have discussed severally. Today we say the UNICEF is the same thing, WHO says the same thing, all the organizations are saying the same thing, exclusive breastfeeding to baby. So, and this is according to our last injunctions, is 2 years. If this woman diligently and religiously breastfeed this baby for 2 years. Don't forget, he has missed one Ramadan last year when she was pregnant. And 2 years ago. Last year she was breastfeeding. This year again, the baby is still being breastfed. 3 consecutive years of non-fasting. 3 consecutive years of non-fasting. What does she do? To pay back these 90 days? We are okay? Yes, she has intention. After the second year, after the nursing of the baby, of this after winning, she got pregnant again for the second child. Ramadan came again. She cannot fast. The 4th year, the 5th year comes, she's breastfeeding. The 6th year comes, she's breastfeeding. How many years now? 6 years. That's 180 days. 6 months of fasting. It means 180 days. She's still young. They are there. She's meeting with her husband. The 7th year, she got pregnant again. The 8th and the 9th year, she was breastfeeding. That's how many? Add together now. 3 years. That's 9 years. This is my fast of 9 months. She has fasted 9 months. How convenient, how comfortable it is. And that's why the modern scholars, we have to face reality. For such people, that is why when Ramadan is coming, husband and wife must sit down. They must meet scholars to advise them, see doctors to advise them. What do you do so you don't accumulate this sin? You have to fast. In that situation, fidyatun ta'amu miskin. For every day. For every afternoon of Ramadan, you feed the poor, you don't be fasting. Then when you are okay, you are done with childbearing, everything, you keep on doing a lot of nawafil of fasting. Monday, Thursday, 30, 40, 15. You can't do more fasting when you are no more in that state. To put Allah, I was not just being lazy. It's not I don't want to fast. It was the condition that don't make me fast at that time. Otherwise, don't abuse the situation. There's some people that are pregnant, women are pregnant, and nothing happens to them. They still go about, they just jump about, and they don't feel anything. Such must fast. Such must fast. We have some aged people too. We have seen aged of people 80 years, 30 years, they still fast. My father still fast at 96. So my mom still fast, it means she's like something. So people, alas, that way. No matter what you tell, they cannot do. If it does not have effect on their health, and doctors have said it, why? It is better for you to fast. It's a discipline. It's a requirement of Allah. It's a condition. So we try our best, inshallah, to see that for our daughters, our wives, our sisters, our cousins who are married, we should try to educate them. All the imams, the scholars should talk to families. Ramadan is coming. For those who have missed some, we still have some days. We still have about some days now, but we still have about 7, 8 days now left. For you to pay back the one you have missed. Like I've said the other time, if you fail to pay back the missed fast this year, another one comes in. If you are going to pay back next year, the one you missed last year, you don't pay back till this year Ramadan comes. Now another Ramadan has come. If you are going to pay back, going to pay them with feeding of the poor. You will fast and you still feed the poor for that day. That will be a penalty. You will fast and you still feed the poor for the day you have missed. And that is why it's important to encourage our wives to fast. Feeding in your fasting that I've said for this pregnant woman and breastfeeding woman, who bears the cost? Is it the wife? Is it the baby that has no power to do anything? No. It is the husband. It is you, the husband, that will bear the cost. وَعَلَى الْمَوْلُودِ لَهُ رِزْقُهُنَّ وَكِسْوَتُهُنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. The fasting itself, who will provide the sahur? It is you. You have to install. It is you. It's not the wife that provides the money for the food. So I've seen some people who come say, "Oh, yeah, I'm getting bonds to you." They've said they are going to, so go and look for money to pay. No, you are the, she's not going to look for money. You are the one to look for money. The husband is the one that's going to bear the cost. She is the head of the family. She is the one providing food for the house. If she was to fast, she would have, you have provided the food. You will not tell her go and buy the food you are going to use to fast. Go and buy the food you are going to use to pay, to break. It is you. So it is your responsibility. Your responsibility as a man is to ensure that your wife is well taken care of and that she's not lying. That's why you help her to go to the best hospital to confirm, to ascertain that this is the situation she is. She can fast, she cannot fast. It is your responsibility. كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. كفى المرء إثما أن يضيع ما يفوت. The solution is sin upon you. If you neglect that which you take care of your custody, your wife, your children, your daughters who have missed some fast last month and last year, your wives who have missed some last year, those under you, no more like that. Those who are dealing with the children under the daughters, guests under you, your sons under you. You have to. That's Ramadan is coming. We pray to Almighty Allah to preserve us till Ramadan, to preserve us till Ramadan in sound faith, in sound faith. Believe that is perfect. Understanding the essence of Ramadan. Well prepared for it to be able to fast diligently. Knowing that it's only going to be accepted by Allah when it is done well. So that you don't be returned to us. It's not going to be rejected. It's not only not eating and not drinking that's fasting. All the other rules accompanying the fasting that we know. We do them. Let us prepare our mind. Purify, purge ourselves of selfishness. Purge ourselves of self-desires. And are ready to abide by those of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our wives, our children, our guys, our wives, don't deceive yourself. If you have the ability, one tasum khairun lakum. If you to fast better for you, if you have the strength, do it. If you have the strength, do it. Don't say Shabida said that no. If you have the strength, do it. But if you don't have the strength, la taluk bi'adikum la tahaluka. You don't have the strength, then you can live like Muslim. You don't have the strength, don't bother. You don't have the strength, and then don't say, they say, don't mind that doctor, I'll do it myself. If you have competent Muslim doctor have told you, don't say, don't mind them, I will fast there. If you do that and anything happens to the baby, you are going to be held responsible. If you do anything happens to you, you are going to be held responsible. La taqtulu anfusakum. Wa la taqtulu anfusakum. Don't kill yourself. So this we need to know about this fasting. Now, the last aspect of this, feeding enough fasting. How do we do that? Do we just collect money and give it to somebody? Do you prepare food, buy food stuff and give it to somebody? Do you prepare food and give somebody every day? These are the three scenarios, the three alternatives. Which is the best? One, the first alternative is okay. Ask tomato to emun. This from the middle of what you eat. Also tomato to emun. That's why I say you take it from the part from what you eat yourself. And that is why the rate may be different. A rich person rate of it'am may be different from that of poor person. The wife of a rich person rate will be different from the wife of a poor person. Averagely, what do you eat in your house? Okay, my lunch, my breakfast, or my dinner, or at least I mean 3,000 naira. It's what you take after. You want to eat rice, you want to eat this, you put meat, everything. How much does it cost? How much does a piece of food cost in tantalizers? How much does it cost in a sticky republic? How much does it cost in good eatery? Where you eat, where you go to there for to enjoy yourself. How much does a plate of food cost? There. Calculate it.
No.
If I must eat, I will eat this, I will eat this, I will take this, I will take fruit, I will take this. How much will 5,000 naira?
No.
That's what you take. So calculate that. Oh, I'm an average person. I just manage to eat 3 fufu and eat 1 meat. I use my food is 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira. If I calculate it, no problem. So somebody can say, okay, fine. Therefore, it is 5,000 naira per meal. That's per day, 5,000 naira. For 30 days, 150,000. That is the money. Look for a person, okay, fine. I can know my wife is pregnant, cannot fast, or is breastfeeding, cannot fast this for. I give you this money for your family, for you to go and fast for the whole month. That's one alternative. Second alternative, okay, my calculation is 100,000, it's 90,000, whatever your calculation is. You go to where they sell rice, you buy rice. You buy rice, maybe a bag of rice or quarter bag of rice. You buy some beans, you buy some gari, you give it to the person. You go to where you go to the maybe a frozen food shop. Every 3 days, give this person 1 kilo of chicken. Calculate it. How many in a week? Maybe 2 times in a week. So 8 times for the whole month of Ramadan. This is the money. Give it to him. So the person goes there. Oh, yeah, take this 5,000 naira or 10,000 naira. You want to buy pepper, you want to this to wait. That's the way. That's another way. The third one is okay. Every day, you prepare food, delicious food, and I will deliver it to you in the table. You better fast. What are the advantages and 3? The first one, you calculate the money, you give to him. The purpose of the feeding is that the person you want to feed will not be hungry in Ramadan. If you give 150,000 or 100,000 to him, and he has problem with his rent, or has problem with his with one, he wants to do one party, or wants to buy one clothes, he will go use the money to buy it. But you still be hungry in Ramadan. You still have food, you still have no food to break. You will not be happy. That's what I said. For the person, there are 2 happiness. One is breaking his fast, and one is going to make his Lord. He wants to be happy that he's breaking the fast. One does have good to have to break. He will not be happy. So he wants to feed well. So if you are giving the money back to him, he will use the money to go and buy something else.
Now, Sheikh,
and he will not be able to do that. So you have the time someone.
If we look at our time, we see that the time is not by our side. I will really appreciate the Sheikh for this wonderful episode of on the top, for doing justice to this for the topic, breastfeeding women and the pregnant women in Ramadan. Inshallah, by next week we'll have to continue and carry our Yoruba listeners along, because we are unable to carry them along as usual today. But by next week we'll do that. Sheikh, would like to say Jazakumullahu khairan for this wonderful episode again. I'm your humble host, EMIOLA ABDULHAMID is the name. And with me is Abu and Noble Sheikh Fadila to Sheikh DAUD Adetokunbo ADELAKUN Hafidhullah. Till next week when we meet again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. اللهم بلغنا رمضان، اللهم بلغنا رمضان، اللهم بلغ رمضان بالصحة والسلامة والرزق والتقوى والعافية. اللهم صل وبارك على محمد وعلى آله وسلم.
اللهم عافني في بدني.